Hi, in this video we're going to show you a small plant watering, automatic plant watering setup that my son and I made, and it was to solve a problem. Firstly, we've got a very small, modest balcony in town apartment with just a few sort of plants. We've got a bit of rocket, some chili peppers. Some of it hasn't really grown up yet, it's only spring. And the problem is how to keep them watered when we go off on holiday for 10 days, 2 weeks. It gets very hot here, like up to 40 degrees, and literally you have to water the plants every day, or at least every other day. So the problem was how to do that when we're away without hassling the neighbours, family, etc. to come and water our plants. So we figured we'd make a simple plant watering setup, and it would be based off like a 12-volt battery, so that there wouldn't be, well, firstly we wanted to run a pump off the 12 volts so that we weren't connected directly to the mains water, so because we didn't want, you don't want the mains water turned on really during the holiday. You never know what could go wrong, that the pipe could burst or something. This looked fairly safe, and it was also safe. 12 volts, you know, there's not tons of electricity rushing around. It's just really low voltage, so it's not dangerous in any way with the water and the electricity and everything. So what we figured was we would also power it by solar power. So we got these little modest solar panels that trickle charge this 12 volt 3 ampere hour battery, and so I mean it can't charge it up all the way even in a day, but the battery is only going to be running for like a minute a day or something, so it will it would charge back up fairly quickly. We also got a timer hooked up there. This is all sort of all over the place now. We're going to probably put it in a box or something later. There's a timer connected which will switch the whole setup on at certain times of day, or every other day, or well, we'll see exactly what we're going to do. And then here's the water. Now that's not enough for a 2-week holiday, so eventually we're going to use this big bin, and we're hoping that will be enough. We reckon that the whole, like running it once a day for 1 minute, it uses about 3 or 4 litres in that minute. We'll see exactly. The pump is supposed to be 4 litres a minute. It actually comes out, it uses a little bit less, I think. But so yeah, and we got this pump, as you can see. And yeah, and then we run from the pump. The pump pumps down this and into this little setup, and we also bought this little set of sprinklers with hose, and these are really made to work off the mains water as well. And you're supposed to put a hose like in here from the mains water and then run it, but like I said, we didn't really want the tap connected all the time we were on holiday, and some kind of valve that would turn off and on to water at certain times. We thought we'd do it this way. So yeah, the water runs around the black pipes, and the sprinklers are in each plant here. And yeah, we just got some random plants really just to test it out. Some of it hasn't really sprouted yet, and these are spare ones as well. We're going to have more plants in there later. These are screwed tight for now. Yeah, and that's it. And the plants get watered at certain intervals, like I say, probably once every other day for about a minute, and we have to adjust the little sprinklers to get it the right flow for each plant. And but that's it, and in a minute we're going to show you how it works. Also below the video you should see a link showing all the parts, where we got them from, and a bit more about how to put this together yourself. It's really simple. Right, we're going to show you now this setup running, and so it's got this 12-volt timer, which is a little bit limited. Like you could, the least time you can run it for is 1 minute, and you can either have it running every day or 3 times a week. And there's some other combos as well, but for some reason you can't run it anymore. Like I would like to run it, I don't know, at least 4 times a week, but you can't do that. So we're going to have to figure out exactly how long we're going to run it for, how much water is going to come out the nozzles each time, and so each plant gets the right amount of water and they don't dry up. So they're getting watered at least every other day, say, or there might be 2 days where they don't get watered because of the way the timer works. But I won't run the timer now. I'll show you just on the manual mode how it works. So we have to just unlock it. We press it 4 times. We'll show you maybe how this timer works on the link that's below the video. We won't go into detail now, but look. So we're going to run it manually. Ready? It's now on off. It's now on auto, which is when the timer's on. Now we put it on, and off we go. The pump doesn't need priming. It just starts going. The water's going down. And, well, not enough water coming out of this one, so we're just going to open that one up a little bit more. There we go. I'll fix that in a minute. That's just come out. Make the water sprinkling out nicely there. Maybe a little bit more here. See, we need to still sort of adjust this a little bit. We haven't got it quite set up right. This one's coming nicely. This is basil growing here. I'm just going to tighten that. I think that's probably too much water, but yeah, we'll fix that soon. This one, nothing coming out at all, so we need to just fix this a bit. This is a Butch tea pepper plant. So yeah, it's not really coming out enough there. So we need to tweak this a little bit more. And the other thing I would say is, there we go. That's all. It's just sprinkling out. This one's dripping. I didn't tighten that up. Oop. That's one of the spare ones. And yeah, the plants are going to all get watered. And it's going to stop in a minute. No, it's not, because it's on the manual mode. So I'll just stop it now. Okay, we're off. And so you can see these little sprinklers aren't perfect, and they need a little bit of adjustment. Like for a big pot, you need a lot more water coming out. For a smaller plant, you don't want it getting flooded. But see, this one I tightened it up too much. So there's not enough water coming out now. So we need to kind of adjust those. And the other thing I would say, I think we should have gone with a slightly more powerful pump. Like this one says, can't see that very well. It says 5.5 bar. I would have gone at least double that, because I think once we've got the other plants hooked up, the pressure is going to be very low, and we're going to have to like run the thing for 2 minutes just to get enough water dripping out of all the sprinklers. But you know, this is just to keep the plants alive for 2 weeks while we're away. So we're pretty happy with this. It was a bit of fun making it, and we'll show you in the link below a bit more detail about how to make it and where to get the parts. The parts didn't cost more than about, I don't know, €40 or £30, or even less than that.